It's Reverend Bill with your God Call.
There's a paradox about mystery. When something's mysterious, we're in ignorance because we don't understand how it works. On the other hand, when something works mysteriously, we don't need to know. It's none of our business. When we're okay with the mystery, we can set an intention, make an invitation for something new to be showing up in life, and then just allow that infinite creative power that creates everything to create it for us. Relax and lean into the mystery.
The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. I will meet you in grace.
You can applaud. Thank you, Ginger. And it's so wonderful to be present with our chosen family here this morning. Good morning, New Thought, Philadelphia. Good morning. There we go. And good morning to the folks who are joining us on Zoom. You guys know the rules on Zoom. Keep yourself muted except when you're going to be sharing or when we're all going to talk at once and make a joyful cacophony. Let's go ahead and do one of those right now. Unmute, and you in the room, of course, are not muted anyway. You're just on good behavior, maybe. Repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to brand new possibilities.
I open myself to brand new possibilities.
I know love is right here, right now.
I know love is right here, right now.
And so it is.
So
There we go. Hit the mute again. Also, I'll remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever brought you through our door today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. And welcome home. We believe there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. So we like to say around here, and you can say it with me, your new life begins with a new thought. If you have an electronic device, which is not going to be necessary in the next hour or so, go ahead and put it on mute so that it doesn't disturb us, and we get to focus within. I'm Bill Marchiony, the spiritual director at New Thought Philadelphia. Our musical guest is Ginger Coyle. The song that you just did was by Marcy Baruch, who Ginger met at the Anton Retreat last month, and it was one of those things. The Anton Retreat is really turning into something magical, because we had, there was, one of our musicians was playing and got 3 backup singers who are lead vocalists in their own right, and it was just, it took it to a whole other level. I say that not entirely as a plug for coming.
We were the Antonettes.
The Antonettes, yep, they're the Antonettes. And the Antonettes will be back next year, and it's the little gentle pre-plug that if you can find it in your schedule to make your way to Unity Village the first week in October, it is turning into one of the most powerful retreats, annual retreats in the New Thought world. Our practitioners for today are Breen Work, RSCP, who will lead us in a meditation in a little bit, but right now we're going to start the way we start everything, with a practical prayer and Joe Catanzaro.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So take a breath and turn away from the world. And know with me that the presence is here, and we are that presence. Created by that presence, enlivened by that presence, guided by that presence, connected by that presence to itself and to all of us, each of us connected to one another. Infinite possibilities await us. Let us focus on what we do so well here every week. Deepening the love, brightening the light, developing the connections, setting intentions for more good, love, harmony, peace, joy, justice. That's what we do here. And from us, it flows outward. So for everyone who comes here today, in person or not, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because we collectively raise the vibration and set the intentions and send that energy out to the world to share it. And it just keeps magnifying and multiplying. So for all of this good, for everyone here, I'm grateful. I allow it, all the good that we create, I allow it, I accept it, and I'll release my word to the law that always says yes, and so it is.
Thank you, Joe. So the whole idea behind a practical prayer is that it works. It changes something in our experience. So if there's anybody in the room or on Zoom who has a prayer work story about a prayer that you did that's turning up a result in your life, we would love to hear about it. Anybody, show of hands. One at a time, please.
I've got one.
Okay, go ahead, Hannah, and then Nia.
Oh, it's Sarah, I think. I'm not sure.
Seeing a little green thing show up, and it's hard to tell. Go.
Real quick, I went to meditation on Friday morning, and I'm so grateful that I did because we prayed for ease and harmony and like all the pieces fitting into place, and like no matter what path you're on, that like you're on the path and that's divine. And so I was so grateful that we deepened in, and I asked for ease, and that is exactly what happened. The client and his partner and their cute little baby George were so sweet and so nice, and the baby was all smiles, like didn't even cry. And the tutorial went well. It was long, but it was like, it wasn't hard, it wasn't strenuous, it wasn't quick, but it was like nice and enjoyable. And I was grateful for that prayer being answered for sure. And I did get to drive some of the way back from upstate New York in the somewhat daytime. So it was like 4 o'clock. So I got like an hour and 10 minutes of light before it got dark on the way home. So that felt like a blessing as well. It was really nice. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you got to see the spectacular mountains before it got dark.
A little bit, yes. It was more that I got to go through all of the winding roads pre-mountains while it was light out instead of pitch black. So I got to see the deer that might have jumped in front of my car, but none of them did.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad. And yeah, the things that turn into good news or bad news for us are a matter of opinion. People get to travel to wonderful exotic locations like Miami and the Bahamas, and it's wonderful until it turns into a job, at which point it's like, oh, I gotta go to the Bahamas again. And that's a real thing, because it can be a job. So thank you for that, Sarah, and for sharing the prayer work story. Nia, come on up.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I have been on a payment plan for a very long time for my student loans. And with my students' loans, I was under the Biden administration for the public service loan forgiveness. And then there were a lot of pauses within payments. They stopped them for a while. Then they went back to me paying them. And then out of nowhere, they were like, you have to start back up again. So when it actually started back up again, you know, I was a little afraid, wasn't sure what was going to happen. I'm like, it's going to stop. It's just never going to happen, especially if we have a new administration, it's supposed to stop. But I just received a letter on Thursday that said that 60% of my loans were actually forgiven. So that's, yeah. I don't know about the other half, but I know that 60% is good enough. So it was actually forgiven. And that was just a prayer that the money that I was paying, that I was working towards, would actually go through, and it happened. So that's my prayer work story.
That is definitely a prayer work story. Yeah, so good is available in lots of different ways. So let's have some announcements now. Jane, come on up and share announcements with us. Oh yeah, got your imitation kazoo. I would have been really disappointed if you brought the kazoo and not the reading.
Yeah, right.
Good morning. Okay. This cornucopia of information is on the website at newthoughtphilly.org. Sign up there for the weekly e-newsletter so we can keep in touch. Join one of our 15-minute meditations on Zoom. They happen twice every day and are inspiring, fun, and quick. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning this week are also on Insight Timer Live, and the Wednesday evening session will be co-hosted with Anton. The Practical Prayer podcast this week is Metaphysics at Starbucks with Carol and Reverend Bill. Listen where you get your podcasts or join the recording session on New Thought Media Network on Monday at 1 p.m. Learn to do healing like Jesus. The instructions to create transformation and healing are hidden in plain sight. In this 4-week class, Reverend Bill brings them to light and helps you learn this timeless technique. Class starts Tuesday at 7 p.m. Register now. Save the date for our winter solstice celebration on Friday, December 20th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Ritual, meditation, and inspiration with music by Emily Drinker. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Insight Timer, and YouTube. Follow, subscribe, and like, share, and join the 1,939 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. We are always grateful for your financial support. You can make a tax-deductible donation by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit card, or debit card. And thank you to the team that makes our celebrations work and has fun doing it. We get together before the celebration to put the pieces in order. To join the joy, contact our volunteer coordinator. Next Sunday is online with Vision 2025 and beyond, as guest speaker Dr. Robert Brzezinski illustrates that our spiritual principles and practices are sure to see us through the coming year and into a greater yet to be. Live music by Jeff Lesser. The practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. After the celebration, Joe is available for a quick miracle in a minute prayer. We'll leave the Zoom meeting open after the celebration for casual conversation.
Thank you, Jane. And just a quick note about the Learn to Do Healing Like Jesus class, which starts on Tuesday. It's a powerful class. We need to have 3 more people register for the class in order to run it. So if you're thinking about it and you say, oh, I'll just wait till the last minute is at hand. So make sure that if you want to do that, you sign up by today so that we can make sure that it's going to be happening. This is a time of the celebration where we welcome our first-time visitors. And let's see, I don't see anybody who's here for the first time on the Zoom. Oh, my goodness. Well, it's the homecoming. We have Mike and Eleanor here, and Linda Francis is here, and we've got Michelle Palamountain and Kate and Annie are in the room. So let us re-welcome our first-time visitors. If the people who are here for the first time, or returning heroes, the prodigal children, just receive the rest of us. We're going to rub our hands together. Send out some love, send out that warmth. You are the bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for shining that light and sharing that love with us today. And welcome home. Ginger's going to sing another song for us, and as she does, the folks on Zoom are invited to go into gallery view or scroll through to make eye contact with the people who are in community with us and the folks in the room. This is one of the really big benefits of being in the room. We get to wander around and hug each other. Ginger?
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful, oh, so grateful. Thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful, oh, so grateful. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Thank you, Ginger. The Flames of Faith today is going to be led for us remotely by Christine Joy, and the candles will be lit right here in the room by Kathy. Chris, you're muted. There you go.
I see the candle. Flame words in front. Hang on.
Ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call Spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the 9th candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As Kathy lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place, you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love. Blessed be. The reading today comes from Works of Heart, which is the second volume of the Anton Anthology, and it's going to be shared with us by Nia. Come on up.
Okay, the reading is called Brand New Day, and is by Reverend Dr. Teresa Rose Coleman from Unity. When I woke up this morning to say hello to a brand new day, I express my gratitude for every blessing that's going to be coming my way. Wiggling my toes and opening my eyes, what an incredible sight this day is for my soul. Oh, my Lord, the light of all I behold, I prepare my mind and body to greet each opportunity to express my God-gifted talents, knowing that every fiber of my being has been kissed with divinity heaven sent. I pulled back the covers that comforted me while I slept, tapping into the fire of loving energy from spirit's deepest depth. I gleefully and willingly accept its highest vibration washing over me, filling my body with beauty, serenity, and harmony. I trust the Spirit for my life, so I know today's forecast is sparkly and bright. Even if it rains, I'm giddy to express its music pounding just right. As I rise from my bed with one foot after the other firmly on the floor, I stand erect with arms outstretched, anticipating each step grounded and ready to soar. I welcome the living water of the morning shower as it rains down upon my crown. I feel the holy bath of blessings lining up to greet every challenge waiting to be. It makes me smile as I get dressed, outfitted in today's finest armor of joy and strength abound. Before I open the door to step out into my day, moving and being on my way, I cover myself in peace and happiness from come whatever may. In each and every way, I carry with an amazing grace for the words I convey. I am so excited to celebrate my light once more, just like yesterday, especially in this present moment called today.
If you want it, you can have it. All you gotta do is reach out and grab it. If you want it, you can have it. All you gotta do is reach right out and grab it. Step into your power, step on up. Step into your power, child, step on up. Step into your power, say it with me, step on up. Step into your power, child. All you need, you already own. It was given to you on the day that you were born. Anything that your heart can dream, you can make it reality. Step on up. Step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Step on up. Step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Don't be afraid to fall. It's the getting back up that makes you strong. God only made only one like you. So come on, baby, do what you were born to do. Step on up. Step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Step on up. Step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child.
Thank you, Ginger. So I was just sitting there, and suddenly the phone rang. Now, interestingly, that's the way the phone rings. It's not ringing, and then it starts ringing. And sometimes we're expecting a call. It's like, call me at 10 o'clock, and it's 10 o'clock, so that's when the phone rings. And then it's not really unexpected. But most of the other phone calls we get suddenly came along. I was just sitting there, and suddenly I won the Mega Millions jackpot. Everything was going along the way that it always has been, and suddenly I got a clean medical test. I had been so concerned about that, and then suddenly everything was okay. This is one for Sarah. I was just waiting for my plane to board, and suddenly I got upgraded to first class. Because that's how stuff happens. It happens suddenly. I was going along, living my life, feeling kind of lonely and adrift, and suddenly I walked into a room and I locked eyes with someone and I said, this is the person for me. And they were looking back at me, and suddenly my life was transformed and there was an overflow of love in my life. These things are all possible. And they all start with, and suddenly. And suddenly, Donald Trump was president-elect again. And we all go, we really like the story about the Mega Millions jackpot. That's a great one. Locking eyes with somebody, getting upgraded to first class. You know, we have our judgments about what the and suddenlies are going to be good or bad about. And that's okay, because when something suddenly happens, we get to figure out who we are in that new circumstance or that new situation. One of the things that I talk about is that when somebody wins the Mega Millions jackpot and suddenly they go from whatever their life and their financial situation was to being a multi-millionaire, or in some cases a billionaire, they think, oh, that's going to solve all my problems, and they're incorrect. What it does is it trades all of their problems for a completely new set of problems that they then get to work through. Is that bad? Is that good? I don't know. Every once in a while, I've done the prayer, God, grant me the opportunity to find out for myself once and for all, whether money can buy happiness. Hasn't happened, but I'm still pretty happy, so maybe it has happened. But back to that pesky election thing, which a lot of us want to really rail about or hide from or have some sort of a reaction to, and that is completely understandable. Half the country did not get their way in the election. And depending on which half you're in, it can be, oh, woe is me, now what do we do? And the people in the other half are, oh, we get to do the things that we want to be doing. And it's half. Half of the people we're engaging with feel the same way that we do, and half the people we engage with feel differently. But interestingly, we have a lot in common. We all want the same thing. We all want to be loved. We all want to be okay. We all want to know that our life is going to be all right. And in the case where the people who are on the other side are misbehaving and trying to do something that we find to be completely objectionable, and it's not going to work, and it hasn't worked before, and how could you possibly do that, and look at who's going to be disadvantaged, and all the it's all true. It's all true, and it doesn't matter. Because we get to be who we're going to be, regardless of what's going on in politics, in society, in the world around us. We get to be present. Don't run away from it. Don't hide from it. Don't self-medicate with, as my friend Reverend Sidney says, with chocolate or alcohol. Be present. Be aware of what's going on. Be aware of what the possibilities are as they're unfolding. Be gentle with yourself and with other people. Because one of the things that I've noticed about being right, and I have on more than one occasion in my life turned out to have been right. There are times that I have turned out to have not been right, which I try not to talk about, but, you know, we get to. In the cases where I'm right, what happens is somebody has kind of come around to my way of thinking. And if I'm there beating them up and pointing fingers and claiming how bad they are because they didn't agree with me to begin with, first of all, I've lost an opportunity to make a connection. I've lost my compassion. There is the opportunity for us to be persistent in what we believe, in what we know to be true, in the truth of who we are and who we want to be, and invite and allow that new experience to come along. And transformation is possible. I looked up transformation. It's an extreme radical change. Transformation is an extreme radical change. And there's a whole bunch of definitions of transformation that are owned by the Catholic Church, TM. And we can dispense with those. Transformation is extreme radical change. And the question I have for you is, how long does transformation take? And the first thought is, well, it can take a long time. They have this, all the rest of it. And transformation can happen instantaneously. Transformation is an event. It is not necessarily a process. There can be a process leading to transformation, but it doesn't necessarily require any time. A friend of mine was just sitting there, being relatively underemployed, wanting to have a different job. Nothing was showing up. It'd been many, many months. And suddenly, there was a call from an old colleague. They were looking for somebody with exactly the perfect skill set because there was an insurance company that wanted to launch a new initiative, and they didn't have subject matter experts who knew enough about this area to launch their new program. And the person's a perfect candidate. And suddenly, there's the possibility of being a consultant on a very nice hourly rate for an insurance company. Breen, that pays okay, right? Yeah. The transformation can happen instantaneously. And suddenly there was a phone call or a conversation, and it happened. A friend and colleague of mine was on the retreat team preparing for the Anton retreat. And over the summer, it turns out that there were some health challenges, and the doctors couldn't figure out what was going on. And so she wasn't able to travel because the doctors needed to do whatever the testing was, and they were very confused about the whole thing. This is our friend, Reverend Marlene, from the Center for Conscious Living. By the way, one of Ginger's teachers and ministers in her practitioner class. And so we were very sad that Marlene couldn't do that, and the prayers were for love unfolding and health and healing and transformation. And that's not the story as it unfolded. Because it turns out that when they finally found out what was going on, Marlene had lung cancer, and because of other things that were going on, it was not treatable. And Marlene got put on hospice earlier this week, and she passed away yesterday. And that's a sad story. It's a sad story for me. It's a sad story for Ginger. It's a sad story for everybody who knows Marlene. The world is, as far as I'm concerned, not a better place because she's gone. She's living still in my heart. There's still love that exists as Marlene, but I miss having her around. And we'll continue to do that. And suddenly the world is different. Am I going to pretend that it's good, that it's fine, that it's okay? No, it hurts. It definitely hurts. And that's what happens with transformation. Things go along for a while, and then something happens, and suddenly they change. And there's that saying that we have, that the past is history. This is the stuff that has already happened, the stuff that we know that's in the books, that's in our stories, that's in our experience, that's in our knowledge. The future is a mystery. We have plans, we have ideas, we think we know what we want to have happen in the future. And the present moment, right here and right now, is all we have. This is when transformation happens, right now, and right now, and right now, and right now. And sometimes it goes exactly the way that we planned. We have an idea, we set an intention, we go and do our homework and do our footwork, and it comes along and it works out exactly the way that we thought. And it happens that way often enough that we think that's the way it works. And sometimes it does. Raise your hand if you've ever been caught in a blizzard. Okay. Keep your hand up if you were planning for the blizzard. Because blizzards are things that just happen. Same thing for a hurricane. Anybody ever been caught in a hurricane? Yeah, it's the sort of thing. You got a couple of days' notice and there's a hurricane. Whoa! Earthquakes don't even give you the warning that a hurricane does. And the landscape transforms and the community transforms and everything changes. There were huge floods in North Carolina. Our friend Amy Steinberg is still recovering from all of that a couple of months ago. Nobody was planning for that. And suddenly there was a hurricane. And suddenly there was a flood in Asheville, North Carolina. What is a person to do? Well, in the world around us, what we do is we prepare. So you get your emergency supplies. Chris is all about having an emergency supplies kit and being ready and being prepared, and that's great. I was a Boy Scout for a long time. Be prepared. Oh, my goodness. I know how to do all of those things. If you need to know how to put on a bandage, talk to Jo ahead of time. She can help you prepare for that. You might want to get some insurance, just in case, because that's a way of minimizing the impact when something like that comes along. And those are all wonderful. But the fact of the matter is, what we want to do is prepare ourselves for that transformation on a spiritual level. To know that regardless of what happens, we are okay. To remind ourselves that there is one infinite creative power, one love, one source that's sharing itself as all of its creation. And that includes each of us. And oh yeah, that includes all the people who didn't vote the same way that we voted, or the people who seem to want different things that we want, and that are going to be impolite or unkind and mean to us about that. But that's the opportunity, is to be the people who we choose to be, regardless of what else is going on around us. The challenge is to be present. And there's a reading that I have that's left over from years and years and years ago. This is from Martin Niemöller, who's a German Lutheran pastor. He wrote, "First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me." This is not a new story. This is not a new story in any way. It is a reminder that when the speaking out gets to be done, we get to be that speaking out. There's a new government that's going to come into office in the United States. And if you're concerned about that, first of all, I'm not surprised. This is a pretty familiar group that's in here. But there's also what we have to bring to that. We get to be present. Don't hide, don't run, don't put your head under a rock. Be present. Find your kin. A friend of mine reached out and said, yeah, we need to keep in touch with each other, because she noted very accurately that the world had gotten a little smaller. And so keeping in touch and keeping contact with and being able to be mutually supportive of the people who are already in alignment with our beliefs and our thoughts and our desires for the world can be hugely important. When the time comes, respond. Don't react. Don't react. If you find yourself frothing at the mouth and yelling at the TV and waving your hand and doing this, that's not probably going to help that much. But respond. When they came for the socialists, I said, socialists are fine. There's nothing wrong with the socialists. Let's talk about what's going on here. Let's bring compassion and civility and understand that we are all humans having something in common here. And be present to that. And don't get hysterical. there is such a tendency for both sides in any conflict, and especially in politics in the United States these days, to overreact. The always and the nevers, they have to, they can't. There's a lot of energy and a lot of power in that. And if we want to play that game, we can. We are welcome to do that. And the healing and the transformation is still available. It looked completely gloomy, and suddenly a light at the end of the tunnel. And suddenly there was a new possibility where I thought this was not going, there's no possible way this could end well, that this could go well, that this could be okay. And suddenly something happened. And whenever your blood pressure starts going up, ask what love would do. In this situation, if this were love, what would love do now? To be compassion. That is not to agree with another person. That is to try to understand where the other person is coming from and be that presence of love to support what they want, even if their methods are completely unacceptable. We all want love. We all want security. We all want peace of mind. We all want to be able to raise our families in a way that's going to be helpful for us and for further generations. Regardless of how woefully inadequate the approach might be, that's what we want. So if we get to be present for other people, first of all, it helps the whole situation. But it also helps us. Because if there is a fight between good and evil and all we're thinking about is the fight, then we're just fighters. If there's a fight between something that we don't like that's going on and the truth and the love and the harmony and the possibility that's unfolding for everybody, and we get to be that love, we get to represent and take a stand for love, take a stand for whatever it is that's good and harmonious, that's okay for everybody, when we understand that in order for we to win, nobody has to lose. There's simply a middle way. We get to be compassion. We get to be the love that we want to see. A week ago, it seemed like it was going to be much easier. And that's okay. But a week ago, we were still living in a divided country, and there were all of these challenges that were already there. And if we throw our arms up in the air and say, oh my goodness, X, Y, or Z has happened, and now this must or this can't or whatever, we're losing the possibility. Transformation is always possible. You know what it is right before the sun comes up? Dark. And we can spend a lot of time complaining about the dark and talking about I can't find my car keys. Or we can be persistent and present and wait and know that the light is returning and there they are right there, dropped in the grass where I walked in last night. That happens on the small scale, that happens on the big scale. It's always available. So the two things that I invite you to do, especially when the challenges start getting to you, the first one is to breathe out. Our friend Sarah Martin, whose business is called Exhale Massage and Yoga, I was talking to her on Friday. It's like, yeah, exhale is big. Because the inhales will take care of themselves. The first one is to breathe out, to allow yourself to let go of the energy, of the attachment to thinking that we know what's going to happen next. The end suddenly is always possible. And the second thing is to be love. It's easy to be love when everybody's agreeing with you and everybody's singing Kumbaya and it's a gorgeous spring afternoon. In the middle of the blizzard, in the middle of the hurricane, as somebody is falling from the tree, it's much more difficult. And still, transformation is possible. There's the opportunity to be that bright light of divine love, regardless of the circumstances. And then suddenly, I was okay. And then suddenly you were okay. And then suddenly we were all okay. And so it is.
I'd encourage you to sing this with me. It always has a way of calming me down. It's Ooh Child. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your head is much lighter. Someday we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday when the world is much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your head is much brighter. Someday we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday when your head is much lighter. La, 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 la. Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your head is much lighter. Someday we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday when the world is much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
Thank you, Ginger. Ooh, child. Things will get brighter. So I'm going to lead us in a bit of a meditation. And I was thinking about this, about light and darkness. And if you've ever been, I know Ginger's had this experience, and probably Bill and some other folks, if you've ever been on stage and there's a blackout, it's very, very, very dark. I mean, you cannot see anything, and all of a sudden it's just dark, and you literally can't see your hand in front of your face. But if you just take a minute, take a breath, your eyes adjust, and then you can see. But sometimes in that moment of instant darkness, people start to freak out. I've been on stage with people at times like, I can't see in this dark. Like, I just stop. Don't move. Your eyes will adjust, and you can see. And you can see where the stage manager put the glow tape, and you can get off stage. And I've been thinking about that darkness can never overcome light, ever. It's science. Light always overcomes darkness. So, and we have that light within us. And ooh, child, things are going to get brighter, and they are. So we're going to take some time now to breathe. We're going to breathe out, and we're going to find that light within us. So I invite you to get comfortable wherever you are. You close your eyes and allow them to go to soft focus. If you can, you're comfortable, sit with your back straight, your feet flat on the floor. Maybe put your hands in your lap, palms up. And just be right here, right now, in this moment. Take a nice, deep, full breath in. Breathe in. And exhale. And breathe out. Let's do that again. Nice, full, deep breath in. Hold it for just a moment. And breathe out. And feel yourself relax. Let's take one more full, deep breath in. Breathing in. Hold. And exhale. Allow your breathing to find a even pace, whatever's comfortable for you. And just breathe in and out. And think about yourself sitting in a dark room. And just imagine you light a candle, and all of a sudden, there's light. Allow that light to shine within your heart right now. Soft, warm light from a candle. It starts to illuminate the darkness. And imagine that light joining with the light of others. That light within each of us. That light that's always shining. Allow that light to expand, to fill you. Allow that light to surround you. Just be in that light. Breathe it in. Breathe in that light. It's in you. It's around you. It shines through you into the world. As we go into the silence, just be in that light. And know that that bright light of love is always shining within you.
And suddenly, be that light. Be that presence. Be okay with the mystery. Infinite possibilities are available. Maybe we don't have the whole picture yet. But infinite possibilities can come out of that darkness. Shine the light from a place of love and courage and harmony and unity. Be the lighthouse that got you away from the rocks. Be that light, be that presence. And remember to breathe. To take a deep breath. Move around a little bit, shrug your shoulders, move your hands and feet. Be present, come back to the room, and Ginger will play us another song.
Today I'm letting go, and I'm letting God. Feels so good to know that we are one, fractals of a greater light, brighter than the sun, fragments of a higher mind, expressing as the one. Such infinite love surrounds us. We are boundless. Limitless light enfolds me. I am free. I'm open at the top, ready to receive. Such infinite love surrounds us. We are boundless, boundless, oh boundless. Today I'm in the flow, breathing deep, making room to grow. With each release, my body is at ease, my mind is at peace, my spirit is aware now of its authenticity. Such infinite love surrounds us. We are boundless. Limitless light enfolds me. I am free. I'm open at the top, ready to receive. Such infinite love surrounds us. We are boundless, 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 ooh, boundless, eternally boundless, boundless. Today I'm letting go, and I'm letting God.
Thank you, Ginger. Beautiful song. I love that one. So this is the opportunity in our celebration where we get to give voice to whatever's coming up. Whatever is coming up. So if you'd like to share something, then go ahead and raise your hand in the room or on the Zoom, and you get a chance to do that. Go ahead. Dina.
Hey,
Hey.
Ginger, that song was so beautiful. Music has been amazing. And Reverend Husband, I think you sorry. Sorry, guys. You delivered a seminal post Tuesday speech. Thank you. It's really great. And thank you, Breen and Joe. Appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Dina. Joe, come on up. Everybody else, take a deep breath. Then breathe out. It's going to be okay.
I'm just very grateful for this community, for this celebration, for knowing that people like us are in the world, along with everybody else. But I'm just very grateful, so I wanted to say that. That's all.
Thank you, Joe. Michelle, come on up. This is fun. Michelle is one of the founding members of New Thought Philadelphia and is now in the practitioner class. So.
Still in my thunder.
Oh, there's more thunder. Come on up.
Hi. And suddenly, an email came in, and it was Bill, and he was starting a practitioner class. And I thought, well, I did all those classes, but that was a long time ago in another church in another galaxy. And so I reached out, and he said, no, you could make it. You know, it doesn't matter if you've thrown out all of your little certificates. And suddenly, I am among, on Tuesday afternoons, 3 other wonderful PITs, practitioners in training, and learning from and expanding with Bill. And suddenly, I'm back in the swim of New Thought. I haven't really left it, but I was more floating than swimming. And I'm very grateful for it. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm definitely grateful for Bill putting words to feelings and hope and expansion for what happened on Tuesday, and knowing that we will go forward, and we have the tools and the understanding, and we will respond. So suddenly I'm back and very grateful, and I thank all of you here and out on the internet as well. All right.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, in practitioner training, the practitioners learn to look a fact in the face and know something better. And it's a 2-year program, and the students are working through that and doing an admirable job. And I just need to say as a disclaimer that the election on Tuesday was not a training exercise in the class. So that was somewhat independent. Anybody else before I invite Jane up? Come up and do the offering for us, Jane.
Thank you. Okay, the offering affirmation. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We have a basket in the room and a donate button on the website to make a donation by Zelle, Cash App, credit card, PayPal, or Venmo. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore, and we are grateful for every way you share. The offering affirmation is on the screen, and we will unmute and say the affirmation together. I live in an abundant universe. I am one with the infinite source of all good. I am a center of conscious prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life. Bless my gift. I share my gifts with gratitude and joy. I know as I give, I do receive. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Jane. Ginger, one more for us?
Yes. My app just pooped out for a second. Okay. 1 second, everybody. Trouble knocking at my door today. I ain't gonna let it in. Worry wanna steal my joy away. I ain't gonna let it win. On my best day, I'm a child of God. On my worst day, I'm a child of God. Oh, every day is a good day, and you're the reason why. I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed. Got this heartbeat in my chest. No, it doesn't matter about the rest. I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Hallelujah, I'm blessed, I'm so blessed. Hallelujah, I'm blessed. When I count the problems that I see, hope looks all but gone. When I count the ways you're good to me, you got me counting all day long. 'Cause on my best day, I'm a child of God. On my worst day, I'm a child of God. Oh, every day is a good day, and you're the reason why. I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed. Got this heartbeat in my chest. No, it doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. On my best day, I'm a child of God. On my worst day, I'm a child of God. Oh, every day is a good day, and you're the reason why. I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed. Got this heartbeat in my chest. No, it doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed. Got this heartbeat in my chest. No, it doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Hallelujah, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. Hallelujah, I'm blessed.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, everybody who's here. Thank you, Breen and Joe. Thank you, Jane and Nia and Chris and everybody who's working on this. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Sarah, for making all of this stuff come together. We are a community, and it is heartwarming for me to be able to connect in community. Let's close with another cacophony. So if you're in the room, go ahead and stand up and take the hand of the person next to you. If you're on Zoom, go ahead and unmute. And there you go, Ginger. And go ahead and come on over. There we go. And repeat after me. I am not the minority.
I am not the minority.
I am not the majority. There is one light of love.
There is one light of love.
I am that light.
I am that light.
And suddenly it shines. And so it is. Thank you so much.